Facebook. We are here today. I've got Travis Dillow, the Master Dillow here, the owner of Champions ATA Martial Arts in Nampa, Idaho. And we're excited to join you today. I'm excited to share some just really cool experiences that me and my family and some of our agents have recently, had a lot of experience with Champions ATA, and I wanted to get on here and talk to you guys more about um, that and just some of the involvement that we've had. I wanted to talk to you guys about his company and what makes it unique, and then also some of the upcoming events in the community where you can actually connect with Master Dillow and his staff, as well as us at Homes of Idaho. Thanks for joining us, Travis, today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Kobe.
Awesome. Cool. So, just to give you guys some background, I met Travis when we were searching for, our son was really excited about getting involved in martial arts. And we started looking up reviews online and seeing locally in Nampa where we live, kind of where would be a good spot to take him to. He's kind of reserved, kind of a shyer, our son's a little shy, and so we wanted to take him somewhere where, people could help him specifically and help him grow. And being in a kind of a public setting, he often gets nervous, so we wanted to just take him somewhere where they could really help him. And from the moment we walked through the door, we just felt really at home at Champions Martial Arts, surrounded by a lot of support from the staff, and then had the opportunity to meet Travis and his wife as the owners, and awesome, to see a husband and wife, work together like me and my wife Cassie do, and so just a lot of similarities between us and them, and have become good friends with them, and enough to where we've done a lot of things that we're going to talk about in this interview. First off, though, I just want to introduce Travis. I want to kind of go over first the background of kind of where Travis came from, that led him to this point where he's here in Idaho and runs his martial arts. So, Travis, what did you do before you came to Idaho?
Well, first of all, I never thought I'd actually end up in Idaho. I'm originally from Las Vegas. I was born in Idaho. My family's all from Idaho, and then I grew up in Las Vegas, ran studios in Las Vegas from the early 90s till, recent years. And my family all moved out here and transitioned out here and always asked me to come out, and I always said no because I'm allergic to the snow. After much encouragement, I came out for basically a family vacation, and was going to spend a few months out here with family. And there was a school that needed some assistance, a great family running at that time, an ATA school in Nampa, and they had some things going on in their personal life with health issues with their child, and need some help and consulting. So one thing led to another, and we ended up putting together a team to help that ATA school continue. And then lo and behold, it became one of the fastest. I've owned and operated 10 schools in Vegas, Utah, and surrounding areas. And this has actually been the fastest growing, largest studio we've always ever had. I met my wife within the same time I helped that studio get started. And she's been with me by my right hand. Been my right hand ever since then, and we've just been absolutely floored by the amount of growth and participation. The Nampa and Caldwell areas have gotten involved with this studio, and we've just been absolutely blessed with the amount of growth and people that have gotten involved. We've been very involved with the community and community outreach, getting out to the schools and stuff, and of course we'll talk a little bit more about that, but it's just recently we went from the location over there by the Real Theater and just expanded, moved to a bigger location, over 5,000 square feet, 2 operating floors, and we've almost already outgrown that. So we're blessed, we're thankful. We love the area. I still don't love the snow, But we do love the area. We love the people. We're blessed with great families and students and an amazing team and staff.
Awesome. Well, it's been incredible to see the growth. It was funny because when we first reached out, you had just moved.
Yeah.
So we remember going over to that area by the Real Theater and seeing, people in uniform. And, that's, I think, what first made Logan excited was just walking by in that area and seeing, people in that class and peeking in through the window and just being like, oh, wow, what's going on in here? And stuff. So just so you guys know, they used to be at the Real Theater, and then just the need for growth. They've had a lot more need for a bigger space, is why they moved over to where they're at, and they have an awesome facility that they're in there in Tampa, where just a great big open space set up into two separate floors where they can reach a lot more people and a lot more room to spread out. And, I guess, one thing I want to talk about too and ask Travis is, I can attest to when we first walked into the building and just kind of the first experience that Logan had was just surrounded by so much support from the staff. And I think that's really more than anything. You guys really at Champions have a great staff, great management, great staff, and that's what I think makes your business, grow as much as it has here. Is just really, finding the right people, that really have an impact on the people that are involved. The adults and the children are just really surrounded by so much support. So let's talk for a minute. I'm going to ask you. So when people come into Champions ATA, what kind of things do you offer? What can people expect coming in through the door?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, well, thank you for saying that about our team. You're absolutely right, Kobe. We are super blessed to have such a great team and staff, and we certainly couldn't have gotten where we're at on our own. My wife and I pour our hearts and souls in our team, and we couldn't ask for a better team that's more loyal, hardworking, and committed to pouring their heart and souls in all of our students and families. Um, what kind of separates us from other organizations is our team and staff. When you come in, you're not going to just get instructors that are good at punching and kicking that are going to work with you or your children. Our instructors are required to go through what we call legacy training, which is a program to teach instructors how to teach, to emphasize all the great martial arts skills that we teach, of course, but also how to enhance the students' life skills, such as discipline, confidence, respect, self-control, everything else you're going to use outside of self-defense and martial arts to become a leader and become a better person. We also specialize with kids with all types of special needs, everything from ADD, ADHD, Down syndrome, people on the spectrum. And we actually have set formatted programs to teach our instructors how to specifically work with kids at all spectrums. And we have a few dozen kids alone just on the spectrum. Every April, we do a big push and support for kids on the spectrum. But we work with kids, adults, people with all types of different special needs. But so pretty much, we teach ages 4 and up. We have a Tiny Tigers program for 4 to 6 year olds for kids just kind of getting started, learning those developmental skills to help them get ready for school, other sports activities, everything else. It's a lot of fun. There's characters that can be related to each belt, and it's taught at a level that 4 to 6 year olds can have fun, but get those early developmental skills and life skills taught to them. And then we have a 7 to 12 year olds kids program that takes students all the way from beginner to black belt, beyond, for students who just want to do the basic training, students that want to do more enhanced training, such as leadership skills, basic acrobatics. We have what's called a hyper training program where they incorporate, your flips, tricks, all that. And then we have our adult programs. We have traditional Taekwondo for adults, and we have a program called Krav Maga, which is what we worked with you and your team on which is most real life practical self defense program for people that want to come in. Maybe they don't want to wear the uniform and get all the cool belts and stuff. They just want to come in with regular workout clothes, work out, get a great workout, but also learn some real practical, real life self defense. So yeah, I mean, we have programs to offer for everyone. We have programs that we're going to be adding to what we currently do, such as fit classes and other things. So we're definitely going to be continue expanding and growing what we teach. But yeah, our instructors just aren't people on the floor that are good at what they do. That they're good at instructing. They're all required thorough background investigations, and we hold we run a pretty tight ship there, and we expect the best of our team. But they give it not just because we expect it; they give it because they all love what they're doing and are completely devoted and committed, um, you know, to running a great program, teaching
That's
martial
awesome.
arts and life skills. Absolutely.
That's awesome. Well, I still remember one of the first conversations I had with you, Travis, was we were just chatting about, my business, and I was telling you about our business, and then come to find out we both shared that real passion for community. And you were talking about some of the events we do, and it kind of aligned with some of the events we do. And so we're going to do a lot of collaborating here,
Oh, for
for
sure.
the community stuff. And so that was something that was really inspiring. Um, and when it comes to one of the big needs that we talked about that apparently you had taught in other states that and had seminars, because realtor safety is a big issue. And
Huge.
and not as much here in the safe place that we're in Boise, but it can't happen anywhere.
Absolutely.
And it could happen here, but you hear about. I mean, there's events all the time where realtors are getting attacked in homes and stuff. So it's really important that my agents stay safe. And in the past, I'd buy them some pepper spray or a stun or whatever. But ultimately, getting out of a tight situation or tough situation, you can have pepper spray, but doesn't necessarily guarantee your safety. And so you and I put together that event. We had a lot of my agents come out. You had mentioned that was the biggest turnout you'd ever had at a realtor safety event that you've
Mhm.
put on. So just kind of another testament to the Boise area. And then obviously, our agents are really involved. So it was a great experience for the agents that attended, and really, really helped them um, in a huge way. It was very impactful, very great bonding experience too for the agents, interaction and stuff. But ultimately, the teaching agents safety techniques, to where if they were cornered in a house or something like that, ways to get out of that situation. And it was so cool because the techniques are real life techniques that if you're in that situation, you can use to totally evade and protect your life. So such a cool experience. We got some other things planned for my company that we're going to participate in, but all just a really cool thing to see the passion for taking the skills that Travis, and then pouring that out into real life situations that people can use to protect themselves. And another one was bullying at schools and stuff. We get kids that are bullied at school. They go into deep depressions, from that, and not knowing how to deal with a situation where they're being bullied. And um, it's a very big deal. Bullying is a very big deal, just as much as realtor safety is. So now we're leaning more into that, kind of gearing into that. So yeah, we just appreciate what you've done, that we've witnessed in the community, and what you've done for not only now my agents, but my agents' children, that we're going to be planning. So just real thankful. But tell us more about kind of your community involvement. I know we have some events to kind of plan for that the community can participate in and get to meet your staff at those events. But
Yeah.
just tell us about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, you talked about the event of bringing your team in. We had a great seminar there in regards to the Realtor Safety Month, September being National Realtor Safety Month. And, we've reached out to other real estate organizations, and we'll have a handful, a few people come in. But your team really took it seriously and came in with great energy and not really knowing what to expect. But I think they all really jumped on board because of you and your wife's leadership, and you guys took class yourselves
Yeah.
with them, which was fantastic. And you
Yeah.
also broke the board, which
Yeah.
was pretty phenomenal. So, but yeah, I mean, realtor safety is so important. Like you said, I mean, you could give them pepper spray or they could carry weapons or whatnot, but if you don't have the right mindset on your interviews, walking in a house, and you don't take preventative measures to maintain safe distance or to lead a person in a certain way and know your exits and know your environment and know different signs of uh, what might put you in a bad situation, and don't be proactive about the situations, and it's too late. You're never going to get to the pepper spray. You're never going to get to the weapon, and those things can actually be used against you. So that's why, when we go through the seminar, we don't just work with them like, hey, here's the 2 or 3 techniques that are going to, be the all in be all to self defense. It doesn't work like that. Real life self defense is having a mindset awareness, and of course, a mindset of when put in a situation that maybe life or death or very threatening, you got to be ready to turn it on. It's like game on mode, and we did some of those trainings and scenarios with them, and it was really interesting. Your quietest, or even I don't like to say older, but the more mature agents that you had were actually some of the most ambitious,
Yeah.
because they were more wise and had a little bit more mindset that yeah, this stuff is real and can happen. So when we do the different scenarios, I mean, everyone by the end of the seminar, we're taking it very seriously. We're very involved, very active in it, and that's what we do. And we kind of use that same kind of training to gear towards our bullying prevention. October is National Bullying Prevention Month. So it's our goal to get out to the community to not only teach our current members, from kids and adults, because bullying can happen at any age.
Yeah.
Um, but it's about having the right mindset. It's about having the right skills to be aware and what to look out for, and to not make yourself become a victim. So we get out to the schools. We will probably visit dozens of schools, or not probably. We will be in dozens of schools this month, visiting classes, doing assemblies, doing a number of trunk or treat events to share those awareness skills, to do different school talks with the kids about preventative measures on bullying prevention. And then we're going to hold a couple in school where we invite the community to come to our studio and do actually hands-on courses that involve both the parents and the kids. To do some actually hands-on self-defense training, and then to talk about the mindset and the different awareness skills and everything else it takes to prevent bullying. Um, Something nobody ever really targets with bullying prevention is who's helping the bullies.
Yeah.
Why are students bullies? We get so focused on the kids that are getting bullied that nobody ever pays attention to kids that are bullies. And what I've come to learn over years of training is when you actually approach the kids about bullying, their kids that are getting bullied themselves. They're getting bullied in their neighborhoods. They're getting bullied at home, maybe from a older relative or a parent even. And we've targeted in on the bullies themselves, and we've actually, turned bullies into great leaders, because they have this energy just bound up in them, to lead. They're just leading for the wrong reasons, So we've worked on that as well. So, but I mean, you talk about realtor safety, bullying prevention. Like I said, we have a huge heart for kids with special needs, students with special needs, so we do that too. We work with our local law enforcement branches. Right now, we're working with Canyon County Sheriff's Department. We have them come in and train with us very frequently. We've worked with them several times. We've worked with different military branches, because Krav Maga is a very, very practical, real life, hands on. It's actually the Israeli military self defense program. And if you know anything about Israel, everyone has to serve their military there. So they had to put together a program that teaches hand-to-hand combat within a short, reasonable time. So that's why Krav Maga is the type of martial arts that doesn't have all the tricks, kicks, flips, and fancy techniques. You go into one class, you can learn and use in that one class the day of. That's our goal. And then we're licensed with the American Taekwondo Association, which is the world's largest martial arts organization out there. And that's more for our kids programs to teach the life skills, the leadership training, and everything else we do. But in our kids training, we do incorporate the Krav Maga. We take the top 12 most common self-defense attacks, and they have to learn those and use those along with learning all the bullying prevention. That's kind of stems from our Krav Maga program. So we integrate the two together to create the best martial arts program for fitness, life skills, real life self-defense training for everyone of all ages. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, I think the coolest thing to see, and it just really was a testament to what you guys are able to accomplish. I mean, it was a one-day thing that we did. We're going to do continuous stuff, but just in the one day that we had with my agents, like you said, it's like they started out, one of the big things to get out of a situation where your safety is at risk was one of the things you said was be loud, be loud, because that's going to get you out of that situation better, because you're going to startle or scare or worry about somebody else in the surrounding area hearing the situation that's happening. And so I thought that was really cool that, and to hear my agents, they started out going, huh, huh, and then all of a sudden they were like, ha, and you even had me break the board. And I couldn't have broken that board walking into that thing had I not been so prepped by you and by your team to be ready to break that board. It was really just I broke the board, but if it hadn't been for you guys, it wouldn't happen. So that was so cool.
But yeah, again, it's creating that mindset. We do that for the kids and adults, and of course, when that whole group of mostly ladies came in, everyone was like pretty chill, and people don't really like to be verbal or vocal. Matter of fact, the number one fear for all people is public speaking. So nobody wants to stand down and be loud, and it's the same thing for kids. And now kids don't have to be vocal as much because they communicate through digital. Everything's via text, so people are becoming less and less vocal. And in a situation, you have to stand up for yourself. Just as simple, for example, a kid that's getting bullied, putting their hands up and saying, "Get away from me," with a really assertive, aggressive attitude. They never have to use hand-to-hand combat, and then just the basic awareness skills of move around, be aware, know your surroundings, look for people that give off the bad vibe, but just be aware of your safety zone, know what's around you. But it's that mindset that especially for kids nowadays, they're taught in their schools, for example, like, am I going to get in trouble? They don't want to protect themselves because they're so afraid of being in trouble. So we teach the parents how to talk with the kids about that it's okay to protect yourself. And there's ways of protecting yourself. You don't even have to use hand-to-hand combat. But for ladies in the real estate business, just as simple, like, somebody gets within their safety zone, turning around, being assertive, or giving that look of assertiveness. I mean, you got to think, everyone from bullying to attackers and rapists and everything else, I mean, they're predators. I mean, they prey, they look for the weaker, the less confident, the people that aren't paying attention. So if you could not be that and carry yourself at the level of assertiveness and be aware and have your eyes up and, not be afraid to use assertive tones with someone, you avoid ever having to use hand-to-hand combat. But God forbid, if you do have to use hand-to-hand combat, you're learning techniques that are practical and effective. And I mean, our goal, like, again, we've had these self-defense seminars, and we've actually had stories where people were attacked a week, 2 weeks later, and they're like, because of that one seminar, I was able to do this. And, during life-threatening situations, they were able to save themselves and be okay. So
awesome. Cool. Well, next one I want to talk about, you invited my son's been doing martial arts for about a month. He's still a white belt. But it was really cool encouragement and kind of the push to get more people involved. And, and you guys had that big tournament this weekend. Mm-hmm. And so we got to go to that. I got to experience it, kind of soaking in all the everything. We got to see other leaders, in the ATA industry and stuff. So that was really cool meeting people. But it was really neat just to see, you being there, what was, what happened to be there when you sort of, hit another milestone in your, venture in this industry. So, you want to tell us what milestone you did this weekend and we got to witness?
I appreciate that. I'm not one to really toot my own horn, but this weekend I was able to be honored with receiving my 7th degree black belt by one of our founding grandmasters, Grandmaster In-Ho Lee, who's originally from, he's originally from Korea, but our headquarters is based in Little Rock, Arkansas, and that's where he is. So he was a guest at this tournament. Had a great honor of being able to work out one-on-one with him. He trained our team and staff individually one of the nights prior to the tournament. So our staff got some, individual attention from the Grandmaster. And then I did the test, which was over 7 years of training, and did the test back in July in Little Rock, Arkansas. So I've been on hold waiting to get my results. And fortunately, Grandmaster was in town this weekend and was really honored that he presented that to me in front of all of my family and students there. So yeah, it was a huge honor, not one I take lightly, and it's definitely not the ending. I plan on pursuing and continuing on to 8th degree black belt and beyond. So
awesome. Well, it was really cool that we got to be there for that and see that. And for
thank you.
To be able to see that, so that was super cool.
Thank you.
Last question, and then we'll wrap up. Is where can people find your team this month in October? I know we got some community events.
Yeah.
So you want to tell us kind of what you got in for this month?
Well, sure. We're going to be in, like I said, dozens of the kids' classes. We'll be in most of the schools throughout the Nampa and Caldwell areas. Like I said, we do the life skills talks. We've done literally dozens of them over the past few years. We'll be at a number of trunk or treat events. We'll be at your guys' trunk or treat events the 19th and the 31st, of course. We'll be hosting our own trunk or treat events. I believe the 30th, the night before Halloween, at our place. And then we're going to have some open invitations to the community to come into our school and do some bullying prevention. We're going to have your crew come out with their families. And then, of course, we'll have invitations go out when we visit all the classes to come to like a big open house bullying prevention seminar at our school once or twice this month. So yeah, we're going to be pretty active, pretty busy. So we got that big location. We want to fill it.
Awesome. Well, yeah, it's great. Yeah, so just to wrap up here, so if you guys want to meet Travis and his team, or people from his team in the month of October, superheroes on staff. Captain America is going to be making an appearance, and full-on legit attire. So all dressed up in uniforms. So yeah, want to catch up, catch the superheroes, and follow Champions Martial Arts in October, because that's where you'll find all the Marvel superheroes. So we got, I know for sure Captain America and whoever else they have planned. So yeah, October 18th here in Caldwell, and the Indian Creek Plaza is one of the retreats that we're doing on October 19th, and we're going to start at the Homestead office here at 114 Main Street, and then all the way down to the end of the community college, Community College here. So you got the 19th here in Caldwell, and our community retreat that we do every single year is on October 31st, and it's at the Nampa Civic Center. In Nampa, we always have a lot of awesome things for kids there. We have inflatables, so we have kind of an obstacle course inflatable for the kids. We have concessions. We're going to have Clyde Campbell vendors, and this will be our first year with Jim and DTA and their superhero staff members that will be there. So we're excited to have them be a part of our trick or treat this year. and just excited for everything else we have planned in the future. So I will end by just telling you guys to stay tuned because I know just with the collaborative things that we've discussed in the community and just how much we have doing those, there will be plenty more to come. You know, finishing out the year and then next year, we got a lot of stuff. So stay tuned to Shannon Team Martial Arts Facebook page. Stay tuned to Homes by Homes Facebook page and also our websites for more things that community just again we're going to do that will be a fun, family-friendly experience for everybody. So, stay tuned, and thank you, Travis, for being here with us today.
Hey, thanks for having us, Colby.
Awesome.
Look forward to working with you guys. We're going to do some great things in these towns.
Yes, awesome. All right, guys. If you have any questions, reach out to the Champions ATA page. Any questions you guys have, and things we discussed, ways you guys can get involved. And if you guys are interested in anything on the Homes Bio side, you can reach out to us as well through our website, homesbio.com. So, thank you guys. See you now.